Sign up today for a 7-day free trial at alerts.chartguys.com. Checking back in on the cryptocurrency space, so we had some bearish action overnight. I was stopped out of the remainder of my position after scaling out a couple more orders above 11,800, and that now puts me back at all cash, aside from long-term no-touch positions, for the first time probably since this dump here. So it's a while. That's almost a week and a half. It's a long time for me. So we're watching the inside bars tighten. We have our daily higher low trying to form here. The previous one was 10,761. We're currently bouncing off of 10,933. If this inside bar breaks bullish, that will be our clear higher low. If it breaks bearish, it's all about 10,761. 12-hour time frame is definitely a bear flag. So we have to be watching out for that potential, because if we drop down and break that level, the odds of the weekly tightening range will increase significantly. That being said, if we change this 12-hour trend with a higher low and a higher high, getting back over 11,950, that would be a notable save by the bulls. So again, we're watching the high, low, lower high, and wondering if we're going to have to pull back for a higher low attempt on the weekly time frame. And pretty much how this 12-hour pattern breaks is going to dictate whether this weekend is a victory for the bulls or the bears. Break 11,950 and it's the bulls. Break 10,933 and it will be the bears. 4-hour time frame, we can see we lost the uptrend. That's where I placed my stop level after scaling out some more in the 11,800s. I put my stop under 11,450 and lost the rest of that position. In the end, after all that trading that I've done, not really moving the needle in either direction. I think it was slightly green on the trade that I ended up. But the bottom line is I positioned myself to be comfortable in the potential that the bulls were able to make their way back up into the mid 12,000s or potentially back up towards 13,200, staying with the daily uptrend. So it was not worth all the effort, but as long as I keep myself in favorable trade positions, there will be times where it is worth the effort, and that's when it pays off. And the times where I'm wrong, that's when I want to have small losses or break-even losses and start with a fresh, clean slate. So from here, for me, I probably am not going to be making any entries unless we get 4-hour oversold RSI, which would be another leg down. Because again, if we do see a bear break and we break these 10,700 and 10,900 levels, I will be looking for at least the initial test of 9,651 to hold. So I do believe there will be a bounce play in there. And I'm going to be watching for this kind of pattern if it does end up forming. So I'll look for a higher low in the lower 10,000 range. And again, if the 4-hour RSI were to drop down into oversold conditions in the mid to low 10,000s, I would be interested in a bounce playing off of 9,600 support and anticipating staying within that range for at least a bit longer. If we make a bull break, I'm not interested in anything within the range of 10,900 to 13,200. I would just patiently wait for that tightening range to give us a bit more clarity. So Ethereum and Litecoin also trading sideways, but coming from a different point than Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still in the daily uptrend, and these names are not. So Ethereum, if we were to look at this for a tightening range, we have our 4-hour low, high of the bounce, rejecting from 4-hour exponential resistances, and a higher low is trying to form here. Bulls will have to break 279.30 to change that 4-hour trend. Otherwise, if we see a bear break of 262.88, we're zooming out to the weekly chart, and we would watch weekly exponential support in the low 250s, and the weekly uptrend would have to hold 226s to keep intact. So we're not at risk of losing the weekly uptrend at this point, but we can definitely see another leg down, and there is a lack of clear support in this current area. Pretty much 261, double low there, and then 252 would be the next level. ETH BTC looking like a bounce may occur. If the sideways inside bars on the daily break bullish for Ethereum, it almost looks like we'll break bullish on ETH BTC as well. That being said, just going to be looking for a lower high compared to 2707. And unless there's some kind of significant move, we're not going to anticipate a daily trend change in the near-term future for either these Bitcoin pairing charts, Litecoin nor Ethereum. But we could see some short-term upside, so worth keeping an eye out for if this inside bar breaks. We're getting real tight over the last 3 days. Just a clear, standard old equilibrium, 2406 to 232 is the current range to be watching. Litecoin, not exactly an inside bar as we did break support by, actually take that back. No, we did. We broke it by less than $1, but not a whole lot of follow through. So it's a 4-hour, almost an equilibrium there. And you could still say it is with our low, high of the bounce at 105. It's pretty much not exact, but it's doing the same thing as Ethereum. Bulls need a break of 107. Support is 99.63 and 97.40. And again, same chart. Litecoin BTC, straight across. If we get a bull break, anything under 10.988 is just a lower high. And we will look for a trend change on the daily time frame, perhaps towards the end of the month. And one thing that we're watching out for the potential of altcoins, and I'm going to cover altcoins that members vote on in the video tomorrow. But if Bitcoin gives us a tightening weekly pattern, and we do pull back, and it looks like we're going to stay within this range between 9,600 and 13,800. If it looks like we're going to stay within this range for the next 3-4 weeks, 2-3 weeks, whatever it is, then that's the kind of environment that the altcoins may get some life. So everybody's looking for altcoin season. I've already given my opinion. I don't think we're going to ever see altcoins anything like 2017 again, but there will be some upside opportunity, in my opinion, if we see sideways trading on Bitcoin and the volatility leaves Bitcoin and traders go looking elsewhere in the sector for that volatility. XRP, daily inside bars sideways as well. 4-hour equilibrium, I'm assuming, and that's the case. Low of 318. So 318 to 35, higher low is trying to form at 327. So pretty much tightening 4-hour range, exponential resistance, and looking patiently to see if the 4-hour trend can change. Binance, solid bounce. We did have news that the Binance team was burning their coins that they were receiving, so that just decreases supply, so that's bullish in that sense. So a solid bounce from the low to the high of this bounce was great opportunity just in terms of a 15% move in just about 24 hours, but it's still a daily lower high. Our double top of resistance is 34.29 and 34.38. Anything under that is just a lower high, and we're scouting that lower high. Support is down at 28.26. Scouting a daily lower high on Binance. LINK-USD also had a solid bull move on the daily time frame, and we're going to look for this tightening range. And this is actually Coinbase, so I want to use something that has a bit more data. So we're looking for a daily higher low to form. Have we changed the 4-hour trend? Not officially. Solid bull move, but we need the 4-hour higher low and higher high and bull cross of these exponential moving averages to be confident of any follow through. If we get that, we have an equilibrium set up on the daily chart where we have our high of the bull move, low of consolidation, and we will scout a lower high compared to 480 and for this range to continue tightening up. So it's looking like the weekly higher low is attempting to form, but if we aren't even changing the 4-hour trend, can't even consider the weekly higher low set yet. Change that 4-hour trend and the odds of that happening will increase. So daily tightening range could be the case for LINK if we are able to change that trend. And it ended up being a solid oversold bounce on the 4-hour time frame. Really the first time the 4-hour RSI hit oversold after the bull move. We came close a couple times and we did get some weak bounces there, but the actual first time we hit it, clearly under 30, got that solid follow through. So bottom line, short term, watch that 12-hour time frame for Bitcoin. It may take another half day, 24 hours before we get our answer as to whether we get the 12-hour trend change or the bear break, and it would be a bear cross of the 12-period exponential over the 26 for the first time since the bull move from under 10,000. So it would be notable, which is why this is the most important. Let's see if we can get it on a different time frame. There it is on the 6-hour, low, high, trying for the higher low, and we'll see how it plays out. Appreciate you watching. Hope you're doing well out there. Have a great weekend. Do good things. And we will check back in on those altcoins tomorrow.
It's a duck triangle.